Hello and welcome back to our command blocks tutorial series. Before we get into the video, we first need to set up. We'll start by giving ourselves a command block. So command blocks have three states. Three types. There's the impulse, which will only run its command once. The chain, which will only run when the command block previous to it runs, and the repeat, which will repeat the command as long as it's on. There is the conditions, which work great with chain command blocks. Conditions mean that, let's say we have a chain here, and let's say we want to TP someone, like our good old friend here, to the same spot. So this command block, when we turn it on, it'll run once, and this one will only run while this command block, if this command block runs. Let's say our dear friend here isn't online, so this command block won't find him and will fail to run. Thus, let's say we want this to do something when he is online. So if it's not able to teleport him, then this one shouldn't be allowed to run, since it's conditional. It has this condition. And there's, of course, the redstone. Whether it needs redstone in order to activate, or if it is always active. It is usually used when it is in a chain, because if it is in a chain, you want it to obviously activate if this one runs. So always active. Then there's the command block the command input, which is also needed for the command block to run, and there is the delay, which is also used. Very useful. Here we can set the delay for how many ticks. 1 second is 20 ticks, so setting it to 20 will give it a delay of 1 second. So if we were to run this command block behind here, then this one would run 1 second afterwards. This is pretty useful, and that is command blocks done. Now we're going to set the game rule. First, we want the command block output set to false, because if this was not set, such as, let's say, TP ourselves to the nearest player, always active, it'll TP me and it'll even show it on the top. We don't want that, so we put the command block output to false, so it doesn't appear whenever it activates. And then there's also the send command feedback. This one we want it to false. We want to set it to false too, in order for it to not appear. So if we were to do that, it won't show. Up next, we're going to set up the scoreboards. Scoreboards are very useful because they can be used to add and subtract. In this case, we're gonna create an objective for calculating the distance. We'll call it range, if I could type. There we go. We have to give it the objective and the name. We'll just call it the same thing. And okay, so we have to first define the objectives in order to use them. Once we create the objective, we'll be able to use them in the command blocks. And with that, we've finished setting up. Now we can go on with the video. Welcome back to our command blocks tutorial series. Today we'll be showcasing Gojo Satoru's Hollow Purple and Infinity. As always, we'll first start with setting up the tags. We'll want one to add the tag of Gojo and one to remove the tag of Gojo. We'll first start with Hollow Purple. First, we test for all entities with the tag of Gojo. Then, we'll test for the item when it's dropped. Afterwards, we'll teleport the item away from the player and give him the particles of blue flame in one hand and normal flame on the other. Then we'll give Gojo slowness. After a certain amount of time has passed, we'll kill the item and we will summon an armor stand called Hollow Purple, where the player Gojo is. We will then put it to be facing the same direction as the player. We will play a sound. In this case, we'll be playing lightning. And we'll then give Gojo his purple dye back, which, if we were to see, we will then teleport the armor stand forward by one block, and for every time it teleports, add 1 to range. And after we reach a range of 20, we'll kill the armor stand. Then we'll give Wither to all those that get near it. We'll make the armor stand invisible. And then we'll give everyone near it camera shake. This is the wall that gets placed when it is shot. After that, we destroy the wall blocks. And then we kill all the items generated by doing that. And with that, Hollow Purple is done. Up next is Infinity, which should be pretty simple. First, we're going to teleport all entities within a 3-block radius to face us. As you can see, no matter where I stand, well, if he doesn't do it himself, that is. Why are you looking at me? Oh, yeah, there we go. So he's not looking at me, but fine. Then, if they get even closer, we'll constantly teleport them backwards. Which, as you can see, if it gets too close, it will get pushed back. Afterwards, we will kill all entities of arrows, so you're untouchable, and we'll give Gojo resistance. And that is Gojo's Infinity. After you are done, you can go to the command block to remove the tag, click it, and you no longer have Gojo's Infinity and Hollow Purple.